I'm just gonna, talk about my thoughts that'll just come straight to my head. No script here, just we'll talk about it. I've gotten this question a couple times. Why am I still playing this game after all the screw-ups that Bethesda continues to do with Fallout 76, such as all the game-breaking bugs after an update happens? Like, we're literally getting a patch on the 28th of this month because of their most recent update having a serious bug from the latest update. And that's typically how it goes. Once they update the game, they break something, then they have to fix it again. And it's just like a repeated cycle. I don't know how many quality of life updates this game has gotten since the beginning. Let's just say a lot. They have rarely added new content for us to play. It's mainly been just quality of life update over and over and over. Here lately, they've been adding new content every now and then, which I'll be getting into further in this video of all the new that they have added. But for 2026, right now, at the moment, it's looking dry. They really had the ball in their hand, like once Burning Springs update came, it was spiking. And yeah, after that update, they completely dropped the ball. I don't know what happened. I mean, literally, the Fallout TV show helped boost their player count tremendously. The TV show is successful. After the Burning Springs update, it seems like every other update that happened was pretty lame. Nothing super engaging, I feel like. And it's catered to a lot of newer players here lately, a lot of content to newer players. What about the players that have kept the game alive, your long-term players? Like, haven't you done enough for the newer players coming into the game? I could sit here and be fake with you guys as well, trust me. I have, kind of like a little relationship with Bethesda, obviously. They have flown me out to check things out early. I could sit here and be fake and be like, yeah, it's the best thing ever. Keep flying me out, Bethesda, keep doing it. Trust me, it's great and all that they do that. I am thankful, but I also really care about this game. I don't want to sit here and act like the content is amazing, because here lately it hasn't been. It's been dry. Yeah, just being real. Now, back to the question, what keeps me engaged into the game? That is a great question. What keeps players playing Fallout 76 at 2026? Great question. Now to answer the question, why are players still playing Fallout 76 in 2026? I think, for one, at least in my opinion, is the community. This is one of the most amazing communities in any game. Like, the Fallout 76 community is some of the nicest and helpful community there is. Like, if you run into a Fallout 76 player out in the wasteland, you'll see that they'll want to help you. They'll want to get you geared up and leveled up, and they'll just want to help you. Speaking of that, I'll have a link down below in the description to my Twitch as well as my Discord. We love helping players. I go live consistently. Consider going and giving my Twitch a follow, and heck, if you want, subscribe. The Fallout 76 streaming community is super small, so any support is greatly appreciated, guys. Also, join our Discord. It's a great way to meet players, to, get help with the raids and stuff. Because as you know, the raids typically take players to get through. It's the in-game content. And that's another thing that's keeping me engaged in playing Fallout 76, are the raids. Some of the best content that they have released in the game is the Gleaming Depths raid. I wish they would get out something else like the raid this year. That would have been great. But no. Infestations is coming, guys. Woohoo! I mean, who's actually excited about that? Seriously. Who actually wanted that? It's like a fast traveling simulator, the infestations. It's like white noise. Grinding infestations. Come join. And all they're doing is just fast traveling everywhere and then hopping servers, fast traveling everywhere and then hopping. That's what the infestations is. It's like a random thing you'll run into at a location with some beefed up enemies to take on. Super lame. And it just sucks, like, after every update we get, it's like something breaks and there's some kind of serious bug happening. That blows. Hopefully, being hopeful here, once they release that next gen update and Fallout 76 starts running on a new engine, things maybe won't break as much, but it's a Bethesda game, so I don't know. That's just part of the process with it. I have like a love-hate relationship with Fallout 76. I guess that's the best way to describe it. This is like my comfort game. I guess that's another way to describe it, instead of it just being a love-hate relationship. This is like my comfort game. You know, you have a game that you just enjoy getting on and getting lost in and just playing to, you know, comfort you and stuff, or, you know, just relax to. This is mine. Fallout 76 is mine. Also, another thing that keeps me engaged, like I said, the community, the raids, which is in-game content, helping players, which that's part of the community. I love helping players. It's my end game, helping others. But camp building, personally, I think it's more advanced than Fallout 4. I think they have came a long way with it, and especially Fallout 4 without mods or putting mods on it. You know, just jumping right into Fallout 76, they have some advanced camp building in it. So I think that's another reason that keeps players playing, the camp building aspect. I don't know, what keeps you engaged? Those are three things that I can think of off the top of my head. But the main downfall are the freaking bugs, guys. The bugs. We got to keep voicing our opinion about them. And the reason why I like to make videos talking about the issues, I like to try to give the smaller guys more of a voice on Reddit. Why do you get your information from Reddit? Well, a lot of that information that's coming from Reddit is also happening to a lot of other players. They just don't have as big of a voice as I could have with making a video over it. There's more impact, if you get what I'm saying. There's only like a couple likes, maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 likes on a Reddit post, couple comments, and their voice isn't really getting out there of the issue that is happening. And, you know, you see in the comments, yeah, it's happening to me too, and, you know, stuff like that. So, obviously, when I cover the content, you realize in the comments, it's happening to way more than just those couple people, too. So, seeing multiple posts of some kind of similar thing that's happening that's not good in the game is good, I feel like, to make videos over, because it gets it more out there in the light, so Bethesda could realize it's actually happening in game. And not only that, it gets their voice out there more, so it has more impact. So they're heard, and more people realize, hey, they're not alone, because they're also probably experiencing the problem. They just never made a Reddit post over it or something. But yeah, now before I wrap this up, I just wanted to play this video over the new that's in 2026 that you may want to come back and play Fallout 76 for. I will say there's not much new at the moment that's coming in the game, unfortunately, that I am aware of. But if you haven't played in a while, it's a great game for the most part to get into. Let me go ahead and just play this video I made in the past over how Fallout 76 in 2026 is a completely different game if you haven't played it in a while. This will cover pretty much all the meat, all the new meat that is in the game that you may want to chew on. Check this out. Fallout 76 in 2026 is a completely different game, and a lot has been added. If you're on the fence of trying this game or retrying this game, I definitely suggest to. It's the perfect time to be jumping into it. And you're going to see the game has changed so much for the better. Unfortunately, though, I will say Nuclear Winter is gone. If you're around during that time period and got to experience that Battle Royale game mode, yeah, it's gone, and it's probably never going to return, unfortunately. I personally miss that game mode, but hey, it is what it is. Who knows? Bethesda may return it one day for like a limited time thing. You never know. That's just wishful thinking. But anyways, on a positive note though, like I mentioned, a lot has been added, and you should definitely consider giving this game a chance, or another chance again. In this video, we're going to be discussing all about Fallout 76. Consider leaving a like to help push this out to more people, so others can see how great this game is shaping up to be nowadays. Let's try to get this to surpass 1,000 likes. That'd be freaking awesome. As always though, that's totally up to you if you want to take the time to support this kind of content. So anyways, where do I even start with this? Most of you already know the game started without human NPCs around. It was an empty wasteland. I still had fun though, but it got even better once they added those human NPCs. It just changed the game drastically. But since then, there has been update after update fixing bugs, trying to get the game to run more smooth, and adding free content for us. Recently, we got the largest map expansion added in the game. You can officially cross over to Ohio, and this new region is massive. Literally the largest map expansion we have got. I mean, look how big the player room is over here. Tons of new locations, tons of new to just explore around in this area. You can also dive into a new story over here, face new foes, participate in new public events, discover new weapons, and even get bounties to do from Cooper Howard himself from the Fallout TV show. the Ghoul. And yes, Walton Goggins, the same actor from the show, voices him.
Not looking for friends. Talk business or get lost.
How cool is that? Yeah, the new bounty system over here is definitely rewarding to do. But that's just the tip of the iceberg of some of the new that's been added. There's also fishing now in the game, if that's your thing. You just got to go and do this quest to get started with fishing. You can also even make your own legendaries now and learn to craft legendary effects, and also potentially get legendary effect mods to put on your weapons or armor or power armor. It's freaking awesome. You just got to scrap the legendaries that you get to potentially learn how to craft the legendary effects that are on those specific legendaries you're breaking down, or you'll get a mod that you can just place on your weapon, but you won't learn to craft that mod. You'll just have just one available or something like that to add to your weapon, armor, or power armor. Anyways, we can't forget about the Gleaming Depths raid. If you don't know about this, oh my goodness, it's so much fun. It's one of my favorite things to do in the game. I can't wait for Bethesda to add another raid for us to dive into. I'm still grinding this raid for some fun and helping out players, because that's like my end game. My end game is basically helping players out and taking them through the raid to experience it and get tons of good gear, like the specific Vulcan power armor that you can only get from the raid, or the 4-star legendaries. You also get lots of experience to complete your season to get the unique rewards from it, or it also just helps you level up in general too. You also get loads of ammo, aid items, junk scrap, etc. The list goes on. You get loads of great stuff from this. And also you get a Gleaming Depths weekly reward crate too, which contains 4 random 4-star legendaries in it as well. This you can get once per week. This raid is on the scale of Destiny's raids that we can experience, in my opinion. I know Destiny isn't the same as it used to be. It's actually going down the toilets. Why don't you get your stuff together? Come on. But dude, seriously, the Fallout 76 raid is an awesome in-game content challenge for players to take on. It has unique bosses and mechanics. Like one section of the raid, there's these deadly mole miners that will chase you within these tight corridors that will one-hit you no matter what. And keep in mind, once you die, you gotta wait until your team gets past that part, then you'll respawn, or if your whole team gets wiped, then you'll respawn to try to do the part again. But yeah, your goal during this part is to run through corridors and collect fuel canisters to power up a drill to get to the next section of the raid, while dodging the deadly mole miners that are also invincible too. So yeah, they're pretty intimidating, and not to mention additional enemies as well will be spawning too. These won't be invincible though, and they won't one-hit you. Either way, there's a lot going on at this one little section. It's seriously awesome. There are many interesting and well thought out sections going through the raid, and I'm sure there will be more different raids to come in the future. To do the only raid currently in Fallout 76, you just head over to this location right here on the map. It's called the Gleaming Depths. Definitely recommend trying to do this with a team though, especially if it's going to be your first time diving into this. It is possible by yourself, it's just extremely difficult to do by yourself. Anyways, besides the raid, some other new things are, well, now you can turn into a ghoul by doing this quest they added if you want, and you do have the choice to turn back once, I will say, for free, that is. They also added different kinds of pets that we can own and have at our base now. Anyways, also in 2026, Bethesda is adding Bigfoot in the game, and this is going to be another way where you can get your hands on 4-star legendaries besides just by doing the Gleaming Depths raid. And how you encounter Bigfoot, he will appear after public events randomly. So will other bosses as well, but Bigfoot specifically will have the 4-star legendaries on him, which, as some of you may know, the 4 stars are the highest legendary effects you can get in Fallout 76. So yeah, this is another alternative now to get your hands on some 4-star legendaries by taking out Bigfoot. And I will say, he is tanky. No walk in the park to just take out. Also, keep in mind, in case you don't know what public events are, they spawn around in the game every 20 minutes. They are the yellow icon with the exclamation point in the middle of them that appear on the map. You just fast travel over to them, which you can fast travel to them for free. And once again, they spawn every 20 minutes, and Bigfoot has a potential chance to randomly spawn at the end of these. Also, the Ohio map expansion wasn't the only map expansion that was added. There is another one that was added further in the past, and that was Skyline Valley, as you can see here. So yeah, if you don't know, they also expand the map down here as well a while back ago. And there is a secret boss fight that you can trigger down here, and a whole storyline that you can dive into, as well as new foes around this area, and plenty of new locations to explore around, which are some of the best parts of Fallout. The stories that you can dive into and the exploration. And I will say, Fallout 76 is massive. I mean, look at all these locations that you can go around and explore. Not to mention, find places that you like and build at those areas too. Of course, they have to be unmarked areas. You can't build at an actual location. You got to go to an unmarked area and build there. But yeah, speaking of building, the camp building in this is next level, guys. If you don't know, they have updated the camp building where we can now merge things together. You don't have to worry about using glitches to be able to build like that. It's freaking amazing. Which, being able to merge objects into objects means we'll be able to create like circles and stuff now, instead of having to make things like perfectly square and straight and snapping them to each other. This will also include being able to find certain things to build with easier, so things will be much more organized of what you're trying to search for. Seriously, the base building in this game is leveling up. It's getting so much better. There's so much that has been added. Oh, I almost forgot about the daily ops and the expeditions. Like expeditions, you fly over to a whole different area. Like you can either fly over to Atlantic City or the Pit, which for those of you that have played Fallout 3 should be familiar with Pittsburgh. These are kind of similar to strike missions in Destiny, since we were on the topic of Destiny earlier. And I was a huge fan of Destiny for a while, so figured I would compare the two a little bit. They are pretty similar to strike missions, expeditions, and daily operations. Anyways, I know also some of you might be thinking that you missed out on a lot of important things you'll never be able to get from past seasons. I know the fear of missing out can be real, but I'm here to tell you that's not true. Most of the really important items that were from the previous seasons, or the allies you could unlock from the previous seasons that you can have at your camp, you can still get them by purchasing them with gold bullion, which is an in-game currency you unlock by just playing the game and turning in treasury notes from doing events and whatnot. Yeah, but Bethesda added more important things in loot pools where you can be able to purchase them still with gold bullion, such as the vendor you can find over at the Settlers Settlement or the vendor that you can find over at the Raiders Settlement. Like another quick example is how you can get your hands on the Tesla cannon still by maxing out the Raiders reputation and getting it from Mortimer, which is the gold bullion vendor at the Crater Core. So Bethesda even sells items in the Atomic Shop from previous seasons too. This unfortunately can cost real money, but don't get me wrong, you can still earn items from playing the game and getting through the seasons too, which is a huge bonus. On that topic, I know Bethesda has to make their money somehow to keep the game up and running, but I also know their pockets aren't hurting. They got some deep pockets. With the amount of players that have Fallout First alone, that's a continued subscription that we pay for each month for some bonuses. That's what Fallout First basically is. Fallout First isn't required to play Fallout 76, but it just comes with some perks to help your gameplay. But yeah, anyways, that's not even to mention how much Microsoft spent to purchase Bethesda and ZeniMax for 7.5 billion freaking buckaroos. So I definitely know money isn't an issue. We're talking billions here, guys. Billions. Personally, only downfall I think they should work on are the prices, or if they don't want to change that up, maybe make more ways to earn atoms by playing the game instead of using real money to purchase atoms and certain bundles and whatnot. Really, that's my only pet peeve, the greed, but that comes with a lot of games nowadays. Overall though, this game is getting so much better with time, and the developers have worked hard on making it more friendly for players just starting the game too. With quest lines, you can start coming straight out of the vault in the beginning, donation boxes around where players drop things in them to help players. Players can just take from these donation boxes. You can also start at level 20 now, straight out of the vault too, to start one of the big important quests that requires that specific level and higher. Now once you step out of the vault at level 20, the important quest that involves the Overseer will automatically pop up of where to start it and where to go. And seriously, this is one of the most helpful gaming communities out there. This community is literally known as that. You can just ask around. Sure, you might find a bad seed every now and then that might try disturbing you. But what game really doesn't come with a few bad seeds? But for the most part, players want to help other players in this game. There are many players out there that will give you plenty of stuff for free, especially seeing if you're a new player to Fallout 76. Myself being one of them, I've helped many different players. Also, for those of you thinking about jumping in for the first time, but worried players might come up and try to attack you because you're new, you don't have to worry about that at all either if you just toggle the passive mode setting on in the in-game settings. This will make it so players won't be able to hurt you or your base you're building. This is something I know some new players personally were worried about, and I just wanted to make that clear in this video. You don't gotta worry, guys, about others attacking you if you just toggle that setting on. And even if you don't toggle that setting on, the only way
other players can actually hurt you or your base is if you attack back. If you don't, nothing happens. They just end up wasting their ammo and time trying to trigger you. Now, I know I could go on and on talking about many more different changes and updates this game has had. I could literally drag this video on for hours talking about them, but I think that'd just make this video way too long, and I don't really feel like talking all that much. To put it short, just give the game a shot or another shot if you've tried it in the past, and you'll realize how much Fallout 76 has seriously improved. I mean, this game just keeps getting better and better, and I'm not just saying that, I'm being completely real and honest. I seriously think this game is just continuing to get better. I genuinely enjoy this game. It's actually my most played game. I've invested the most amount of hours into this game than I have any other game I've ever played. So yeah, that's saying something. Now, I've invested a lot of hours into a lot of different games. As you see here for proof, I currently have 3,793 hours on my account on Xbox. This isn't even including my Steam account. That's a lot of time. Kind of embarrassed to share that information, but I'm just trying to make a point that obviously this game is entertaining. I wouldn't be spending that much time on it if it wasn't. But yeah, I guess that's wrapping up this video. Hopefully you all found this enjoyable. Consider sharing this video with some people you would like to get into Fallout 76. That support would be greatly appreciated. That's what I made this video for, to hopefully chain react more players get interested in the game. And also, as a reminder here at the end, consider leaving a like as well, and subscribe if you haven't. I'm out of here though, everyone. As always, most importantly, appreciate y'all taking the time, watching and listening. Until next time, peace.